Hello everybody, this is Vinay Ramawat before you with another interesting topic of 10th class maths, that is circle. Today we are going to study circle, and the points we are going to cover are circumference and area of circle, then sector, chords, segments, arcs, and the angle subtended by an arc which is a part of the circle itself at the center of the circle. So these are the concepts included in 10th and 9th class syllabus. We are going to study in depth and in detail about these concepts. First of all, I would like to tell you that some of the students as well as a few teachers think that mathematics is all about formulae, and they cram formulae and think if you can cram all the formulae, then mathematics is in your control. And if you really want to control mathematics, then my concept and my thinking is that you must know the concept in detail and in depth from A to Z. Then you will be able to form your own formulas. Formulas are not crammed. The derivation of formula is a very important part, and that must be understood and studied right from the beginning. And if you have learned the concept very well, if you have known how to form a formula, then you need not worry about different formulae and cram them. That is not required. So never cram the formulas. Be able to frame the formulas rather than cramming. Be able to frame it. Be able to frame the formula and think about framing, not cramming. You understand? So I will make you perfect in framing different formula. You will not have to remember any formula, but the concept, if understood very well, and if you go through all my videos regarding this topic, I guarantee you that you will never find any difficulty and you will never have any need to cram any formula. So we will study in this accordance. First of all, we must know the basic thing and characteristic about a circle. What is circle? Simple and straight. It is a group of points equidistant from a stationary point. This is the 10th standard definition of circle. You must be wondering, what is the definition? Group of points? How? This is a stationary point, and all the points equidistant from it form a circle. So what is line or arc or curved line or straight line, any sort of line, the basic unit from which it is formed is nothing but a group of points. Different points joined together to form a line. Maybe it is a straight line, it may be a straight line or a curved line, and as you know, circle is formed with the help of a curved line. So in that also the basic unit will be point. That's why I am giving you the most perfect definition. For 10th standard, a small kid of 7th or 8th or 6th may say that it is a round figure, enclosed figure, round and a closed figure, in which all the points located on the boundary are equidistant from the center. That may be a definition for an 8th class student, but you must know the basic one. Now in higher classes, even you will have to find the coordinates of each and every point located on the circle, and that is not the concept included in 10th class. So what are the basic things regarding a circle which we must know? We must know the center of a circle, its circumference, and the distance from center to any point on the circle, which is known as radius. Then twice the radius, or a straight line passing through the center and joining any 2 points located on the circumference is known as the diameter. These are the basic things you have already studied or you must know. But these things are basic and just an introduction. The topics which we are going to, and the points which we are going to cover here are, which are included in 10th class syllabus, are the area and circumference of a circle. This is the first and foremost topic, and we must know about it. So what is area? The space covered by, or the place covered by a circle, or you can say the space covered within the boundary of the circle is known as its area. Now what is the basic unit of area? It may be square meter, square centimeter, or sometimes it is different. It may be square kilometer even, but that is very rarely used. In most of the things, at most of the times, you will find these two units, either centimeter square or meter square. Now the name itself suggests that the basic unit of area is squarical. Squarical, that means this is 1 centimeter. You see how it is. This is 1 centimeter. It has only one dimension, that is the length. So it doesn't say anything about any area. But as soon as we form a figure which is four-sided, we take 1 centimeter on this side, then again 1 centimeter on this side, then again 1 centimeter on this side. What is this? This is a square. This is a square of measurement 1 centimeter. So this can also be said as 1 centimeter square. What is this? 1 centimeter square. So square is very important in all the things related to area. All areas, square is very important. Now you see, if it is 1 meter, then a square of side 1 meter will be known as 1 meter square. So these smaller and bigger two units are there, in which all the areas are, almost all the areas are measured. So when the basic unit is squarical and our figure is a circle which is circular, not spherical. Now in any figure which is four-sided, spherical or rectangular, you can easily find the area, because it can be divided into spherical units very easily. Suppose this is a rectangle with length 5 centimeter and breadth 3 centimeter. So we already know either the area will be measured into meter squares or in centimeter squares. Since its measures are given in centimeters, so its area will be calculated in square centimeters. So how many squares of 1 centimeter can be formed in this? You draw 3 straight lines along the length which are parallel to the length and which cut the width into 3 equal parts of 1 centimeter each. This is 1 centimeter, this is 1 centimeter, and this is 1 centimeter. Again you do the same exercise. Bisect or divide the length into 5 equal parts of 1 centimeter. Because it is 5 centimeter, so you can divide it into 5 equal parts Then draw straight lines along the breadth, and this way the whole rectangle has been divided into 1 centimeter squares, which can be easily counted. It will be, you can count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 15 centimeter squares are there. So this is the area of a rectangle. So it is easy. But what will you do in case of a square, in case of a circle, sorry? Because in this you cannot draw straight lines which divide it into a perfect number of squares. If you divide it, you will frame straight lines like that, and this will not do, because there are some portions which are not whole square centimeters. Suppose this is a portion, how much it is we cannot know. Of course we can say this is 1 centimeter square, this is 1 centimeter square, but what about this? What about this one? These are not whole centimeter squares. So in case of a circle, it is very difficult. Now we say that the area of a circle is pi r square. That will be another thing. First of all, you understand how it is that the area of a circle is pi r square. एक सर्किल का एरिया पाई आर स्क्वायर होता क्यों? How this formula was framed? Now what method they followed was, they thought that if the figure would have been rectangular or spherical, it would have been very easy to calculate its area. The most easy area to be calculated is that of a square or a rectangle. Now they speculated about any method in which this circle can be divided into or can be changed into a different type of figure, which is either spherical or rectangular. This was the basic route they followed. So they came across one thing, one idea came to their mind, that the curve in the boundary of a circle becomes lesser and lesser as we move. Now you see, if we take this much portion of the circumference, then the curve is higher, greater. Now we take a smaller portion and the curve is lesser. We take even smaller a portion and the curve is even less. In this way, they imagined that we take an infinitely small portion of the circumference, and the whole circle then can be divided into these smaller portions. Like this. Another portion, then another portion. Now the smaller the portion of the circumference, the lesser is the curve, and it at a stage when you take infinite number of divisions or smaller portions of the circumference, you see that the curve is going on to become a straight line. Maybe it is smaller in its measurement, but at a stage it will become a straight line, and the portion does not look like a curved line. It becomes a straight line. Now cut them out in your imaginations. What the mathematicians did, they cut them out and arranged them in this manner. You must be getting the idea why they were doing this. Some of the intelligent students have already guessed why they did this exercise. What was the benefit in doing that? Whole the area of the circumference could be transformed into the shape of a rectangle. Now this way a rectangle was framed from the same circle. Same area has been used and the circle has been transformed into a rectangle, or we can say has been converted into a rectangle. Now what about the dimensions of this? We can easily find the area of a rectangle. What about the dimensions of this rectangle? I mean about the length and breadth. What will be its length and what will be its breadth? We have already studied the distance from center of the circle to the circumference. Any point on the circumference is known as r, radius. So the radius of the circle forms the width. Width of this rectangle which has been formed from the same circle is r. So its whole area must be equal to that of the circle. Now its width is r. What about its length? The whole length. This is the length. And you just think these smaller portions in which the whole circumference was divided have been rearranged together and joined together. Half of them on the upper side, half of them on the lower side. So you can see the whole circumference has been divided into two lengths of the rectangle, half of which is above the on the upper side and half of which is on the lower side. So the whole circumference is 2 pi r. This is the formula. Then half of it will be pi r. How much? Pi r. So this length is pi r. This length is pi r. Width is r. This is a rectangle in which this is the length and this is the breadth. Then what will be the area of this rectangle? Definitely L into B, and that is pi r is the L and into r, which is the breadth. So when you solve it, you will get pi r square. Now if you ever forget this formula, there is not any problem. You learn this concept and you will be able to do all these activities within your mind, and then you will easily be able to guess that half of the circumference was the length of that imaginary rectangle, and the rectangle and the breadth of the rectangle was nothing but the radius of the circle. You will have to think about two things only. The circle was transformed into a rectangle of the same area, and rectangle has two dimensions. Its width was equal to the radius of the circle and its length was half of the circumference. If this concept remains in your mind and you can catch this concept completely, do you think there is any need to cram this formula? If you can forget it, just forget it. Don't worry about it. Now you will never have to cram it at any time in your life. Whenever you forget it, just think about this activity we have done and you will ever remember it. If you don't remember it, you will be able to frame it just into your imaginations. In the same way, what about this circumference of the circle?
Busy.